Let me ask you something. What if I told you that one single muscle group could completely change your physique? Like, take it from just okay to genuinely aesthetic? Well, I'm talking about shoulders. And in this explainer, we are going to lay out the exact blueprint for sculpting those round, 3D shoulders with a simple, incredibly effective routine you can do right from home.
Does this sound familiar? You're putting in the effort, you're training hard, but your shoulders, they just aren't popping. Sure, they get some work here and there from other exercises, but they never really get the spotlight. And the result? No widths, no real roundness, and forget about that V-taper. We're going to fix that, starting right now.
And look, the solution is actually way simpler than you might think. You don't need a crazy, complicated gym routine with a dozen different machines. All it takes are 3 specific moves. Each one is designed to carve out a different part of the shoulder, giving you that complete, well-rounded look we're all after.
So why do so many people get this wrong? It's almost always because they don't really understand how the shoulder muscle is built. See, to get shoulders that really stand out, you can't just press heavy stuff over your head and hope for the best. You have to be strategic. You need to train all 3 parts of the deltoid.
And here's the big secret. Almost all of us are imbalanced. Think about it. We get tons of front delt work from things like push-ups and presses. But the side delt, the one that gives you that critical width, and the rear delt, which gives you that 3D pop from the side and helps your posture, well, they're almost always an afterthought. If you want truly round shoulders, you have to hit all 3, period.
So we need a targeted approach. Let's dive into our 3-move solution, where every single exercise has a specific job, to isolate and grow one of these 3 heads for balanced, awesome-looking shoulders.
First up, we're hitting the front delts with the Pike push-up. This is an incredible bodyweight movement that puts way more direct tension on the front of your shoulders than a regular push-up ever could. It might not look like much, but trust me, after a few reps, your shoulders will definitely let you know who's in charge.
Okay, let's nail the form. You start in a standard push-up position, then you walk your feet in, making a sharp upside-down V with your body. Now the real secret? Keep those hips as high as you can the whole time. As you lower your head towards the floor, think about pressing straight up and down, not forward. This is what forces your shoulders to do all the work, not your chest.
Once you get the hang of it, leveling up is super easy. Just elevate your feet on a chair or a box. This makes the movement more vertical and basically turns it into a powerful bodyweight shoulder press. And if your wrists bother you, try using parallettes. They keep your wrists in a much more comfortable, neutral position and let you go deeper into the rep for even better muscle activation. It's a small tweak for some huge results.
All right, time for the side delts, and honestly, this is the cheat code for building an aesthetic physique, the band lateral raise. This is the exercise that builds shoulder width. It creates that awesome V-taper that makes your waist look smaller and your whole frame look more powerful. It's kind of like an optical illusion, and it absolutely works.
Now listen, the key here is all about control, not momentum. You have to pick a band that's light enough to let you do clean reps. Raise your arms out to your sides, but just slightly in front of your body. This lines up perfectly with how your muscle fibers run. Pause for a second at the top, and then, this is the most important part, lower the band slowly. That slow, controlled negative is where you're going to build a ton of muscle.
So what happens when these start to feel a little too easy? Well, you could just grab a stronger band, or you could progress the smart way by playing with tempo. Just try taking a full 2 or 3 seconds on the way down. I guarantee you that same light band is going to suddenly feel a whole lot heavier, forcing your muscles to work way harder.
And now for our final exercise. This is the one that pretty much everyone skips, and it's the very reason most shoulders look kind of incomplete from the side. We're talking about ring face pulls. This move targets the rear delts, which are the missing piece for that true 3D roundness, and as a bonus, a much stronger posture.
Think of this move as the perfect antidote to all the pushing exercises we do all day. The key is to pull the handles towards your face, making sure you drive your elbows up and back. You have to really squeeze your shoulder blades together at the top of the movement. If you just rush through this, you're only using your back. Do it with control, and you'll finally light up those stubborn rear delts.
Adjusting this one is super intuitive. To make it easier, you just stand a bit more upright. To make it harder, walk your feet further forward or even prop them up on a box. But here's the real bonus. You're also strengthening your rotator cuff, those tiny little muscles that keep your shoulder joint healthy, stable, and pain-free for the long haul.
Okay, so let's say you do all of this. You follow the plan, you're consistent, you build the front, side, and rear delts. But you look in the mirror, and the definition, it's just not there. What gives? What's the missing piece of the puzzle?
Well, it's because building the muscle is only half the battle. Now we have to talk about revealing it. You can have the most well-developed shoulders in the world, but if they're hiding under a layer of body fat, they're just not going to have that pop.
And that's just the hard truth. Great shoulders are all about the shape, the curves, and the shadows. To see that 3D roundness, you have to be lean enough. Otherwise, all that impressive muscle you've worked so hard for just gets blurred out, and you lose that entire aesthetic look.
So how do you get lean without starving yourself or turning your nutrition into a stressful full-time job? Well, this is where using a smart tool can be a total game changer. That's why we've partnered with Cal AI for this explainer. It really does take all the guesswork out of fat loss.
It's honestly so straightforward. The app figures out your perfect calorie target for you. Then, instead of you having to manually type in every little thing you eat, you just snap a photo of your meal and it does the hard work for you. You can scan barcodes for instant tracking, search its huge food database. Basically, it makes hitting your numbers effortless so you can just focus on your training.
Seriously, if you want to finally reveal the physique that you're building, this is the tool. You can download Cal AI, use the code CAPTAINWORKOUT, and you'll get a free 3-day trial to see for yourself just how easy this can be.
All right, let's wrap this all up into a simple, actionable plan that you can literally start using this week to build those 3D shoulders. Here it is. Go ahead and screenshot this. This is your complete blueprint. You're going to do this routine 1 to 2 times per week. We start with pike push-ups in a lower rep range to build that solid strength and size. Then we move to the lateral raises and face pulls with slightly higher reps to really focus on that muscle growth and control. It's simple, it's balanced, and it's incredibly effective.
At the end of the day, the physique you have is a direct result of the choices you make. You now have the architectural plan for building elite-level shoulders. The only question left is, what are you going to build?